Greetings, members one and all of the Salivation Nation. A little bit of good news and how people are pulling together during this crisis. And it's from the Royal Mint. Let's explore! Yes, indeed. The Stacking Nerd sent me this article from the Royal Mint's blog section here. The Royal Mint will be manufacturing medical visors for the NHS heroes. That's the National Health Service for the United Kingdom. Fascinating indeed. And this is quite a story. Here is some blueprints showing the drawings for the new mask that the Royal Mint is taking on. And who knows, we are hearing about cases here in the United States of other factories and producing of different types of masks and ventilators, retooling their manufacturing processes and their lines in order to make these things. It's quite an ordeal to do such a thing, so it's pretty amazing that people are pulling together during this time. Never ones to shy away from a challenge, the team at the Royal Mint has developed and manufactured a medical visor to support NHS staff in the current fight against coronavirus. In just 48 hours, the talented engineers at the Royal Mint have developed a successful prototype to help protect frontline care workers, and following successful testing, the first visors are already in use at the Royal Glamorgan Hospital in South Wales. The team will begin mass manufacturing of the medical visors for the NHS next week, providing critical protection for frontline staff. The team found a rudimentary design for a medical visor online and began developing high-specification prototypes, turning the concept into an approved design in just 48 hours. Wow, amazing. In addition, the Royal Mint has been supplying the local NHS with other official PPE equipment from its stores and offering project management support. The visors will initially be made available to CWM Taff Morganwg University Health Board Wales, but our plan is to produce thousands per day, subject to securing enough for all components. We are appealing for manufacturers across the UK to help source 1.0 millimeter PET clear plastic, which is currently in low supply. If you can help now or nobody who can, there's an email address. It's very interesting. And Leighton John, the Director of Operations for the Royal Mint, says his sister works for the NHS, and it really focuses your mind on the challenges they are facing and the opportunity we have to support them. On Wednesday at 9 a.m., we knew nothing about medical advisors, but we set our engineers the task of developing essential medical equipment which could be easily made on site. Within 7 hours, they created a medical visor, and within 48 hours, it was approved for mass manufacture. We'll shortly post the specifications on our website to enable other firms to make them too. We are now developing the production line and urgently calling to help produce the PET clear plastic, which is in low supply across the UK. We believe firms will have this in stock, and we'd urge them to get in touch with us so we can continue to support the NHS. And the Dr. Sharon Hopkins, CEO of the CWM Taff Morganwg UHB, said that they are incredibly grateful to the Royal Mint for this work. This equipment will be vitally important for our frontline staff to protect themselves and others as they work to respond to the COVID-19 pandemic. It is also an excellent example of teams working collaboratively to provide safer environments for our staff and patients. The generosity of organizations such as the Royal Mint, as well as the communities, has been humbling, and I'd like to thank everyone for their continued support of our staff and the NHS. The Royal Mint has worked with its key suppliers, including Brammer, T.G. Morgan, Technical Foam Services, to source the components needed to make the visors. Awesome work indeed. And there it is. It's really a fascinating thing indeed to see how quickly organizations can come together in this time of need, for sure. And the Royal Mint is certainly stepping up to the plate on this, and quite fascinating. Now, if they can only stop the milk spotting on the Queen's Beast and other coins, some quality issues, maybe that'd be a nice little thing they can think about after this engineering challenge is done and over with. But nonetheless, I think they'll be fine. This is a wonderful thing for sure. Thanks again to Stacking Nerd for sending this along to me. Another little bit of good news in today's world, helping bring people together. That's the thing, the ingenuity of not only organizations like the Royal Mint and other private enterprise and the public sector coming together, I think is a good thing. And make no mistake, I believe really the private sector is the height of ingenuity for sure. But we recognize it on all scales and in times of crisis. So I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for watching and encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.